Why is he pissing? Jim is pissing in my oatmeal. Jim is literally pissing into my oatmeal. I was half done. He just pissed into it.
I thought he was just going to stick his dick in it.
That's what I thought too.
Oh my God, it's pretty funny.
All right, I'll still eat it.
Going to hover it around it.
Yeah, if his dick was near it, I would still eat it.
Right, but no, actually,
he was just pissed into my oatmeal.
Look, Jimmy just pulled his dick out
and pissed into my oatmeal. By the way, how do you have that kind of control that you can just
turn it on
piss an ounce? It's like your piss is a syringe with the fucking those little black gradated lines on it.
Louis making
how many cc's was that?
What the fuck? Holy shit! Louis making some good points here.
Oh my God! That's what he thinks of what you have to say.
No, it just had to be done. The oatmeal was mocking me, daring me to urinate on it.
Like a fucking cat. You just have to piss. That's mine now.
A couple things on the homeless Charlie thing. We never saw the guy again.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the government took him out.
Oh no.
And XM wanted us fired for that bit, but we had a
No, Hugh Panera did.
Well, he was XM. He was the main guy at XM, and we were able to, avoid a firing, thank God. But we didn't avoid a 30-day suspension.
Why can't a homeless guy fantasize about fucking some high-status fucking loser cunts? Who gives a shit what he says about the president's wife? That's the kind of society we're supposed to live in.
Right.
And people, I read some of the
State and the Queen of England.
Some fucking cunt whore on Huffington Post,
of course,
wrote this thing where she said here was a black man fantasizing about raping 3 powerful white women. One of them was black, by the way.
Rice,
was black.
Yeah.
And he didn't talk about raping the Queen.
No.
He didn't even mention having sex with the Queen. He did a funny joke about it where he said, "You lost, bitch," like because she lost the revolution. "You lost, bitch. Go home." It was a great. Nobody ever makes a joke like that about the Queen of England. We won that war. You fucking go home, you horse face. It was hilarious.
What happened was this was when the merger was being talked about. XM Sirius.
It was merger. Merger. Sam, I think this was a merger. This is a merger. No accident. It was a merger.
It was a murder.
People in regular radio didn't want the merger to happen. So what happened was when somebody probably from the NAB, I'm guessing, fed this to Drudge or Breitbart, and they put it up. This was about people. I mean, a blogger said, "Will this hurt the merger?" And the fucking dummies at XM listened. Some blogger
might hurt.
Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't Hugh Panera. It was Nate Davis who wanted us fired. Who was the black head of... I think I heard you.
I talked to... trust me, I had to hear it from Hugh.
But the fact that XM
he was right there with Nate. He was ready to fucking pull the fucking.
It's a tasteless joke done by a homeless guy.
Yeah.
Eric Logan saved our jobs. That was a fucking absolute disgrace.
Yeah. Is that you guys got suspended for that?
30 days
from satellite, and we could still do broadcast
radio
you could still
during
broadcast,
that time, right? But not that,
which was just so weird.
Fucking race in this country.
How do you get suspended from satellite radio?
We were the first. We were the first.
Isn't that unbelievable?
For content. We were the first people suspended from satellite radio for content.
And to this day, we're trying to replay the bit on our show. We can't get it done because the lawyers are still discussing it.
There's nothing to discuss.
Give us the fucking bit. It already aired.
What is there to discuss?
It's already out there.
What is that Bush bitch? He was a funny dude, man.
Was fucking
he was funny.
I would love to have him back on the show.
His raw point of view. Like, who fucking says that these, Glenn Beck says something that offends me every 10 seconds. Why don't I get to take him off the fucking air?
Yeah,
that's right.
He talks about shooting people in the head. He's calls people Nazis and communists. He has a really extreme point of view.
Yes.
I don't give a shit. I just don't listen to him, and I go ahead and be offended. I don't know why people think that they can...
Have to get him
I didn't like hearing that. Well, that's a shame. I hope you feel better now. And to have a glass of water.
And that's
your fucking problem. That was offensive to me. Too bad. Like, when you find yourself having to defend something like, well, I didn't mean it offensively. No, I meant it offensively, because that makes me laugh to offend you.
Yep.
So you get offended, and that's your problem. Yeah, it's a tough world. It's cold outside in the winter, too. Why do you think you can control shit? Yeah, it's because people are told by advertising that they have a right to the world exactly the way they want it. So when something happens that pisses them off, they're like, I'm going to do something about that.
I have a say. I can make a difference. Well, in what?
I think TV and radio should be a fucking crazy wasteland. I really do. I think it should be like you got to if you want to watch fucking Mad About You or whatever it is now. That's how old I am.
Mad About You. Don't bring that up in front of the young
David
girls.
Spades. Yeah, David's whatever that is.
You want to watch My Mother the Car?
My favorite Martian.
Spin City. Whatever those shows. I don't fucking even know one now.
Texaco Theater.
Bored to Death or Death.
My Three Sons.
Yeah.
Till Death. That's on, right?
All right.
Okay, if you
Two
want
and a Half Men.
2.5 Men. Okay, let's say you want to watch that. Right before it is like fucking dick and ass porn. And right after
you really got to time when you change the channel.
You got to really
Men's gonna have a good lead-in.
really good lead-in. And then after it is like fucking people being beheaded. Just beheadings with funny noises over it.
Smorgasbord.
Yeah, with somebody just screaming retarded over and over again, which, by the way, would also be a good lead-in for any show. And if you're a parent, you just got to go, I got to be really, I can't leave my, I can't just leave my kid in front of the TV and put the remote in his hand. I have to actually, I have
to spend the entire day not working because I'm constantly changing the channels.
Exactly. Why do people get protected that way? I don't get it. People don't have an inherent right to have shit fucking coiffed and perfected.
People think they have a right to not be offended.
Yeah.
Which is, it's not a right. You don't. I have the right to offend. That's my right, is to fucking be offensive, to say things that you find offensive. You don't have a right to not be offended.
No.
Sorry, it's just the way it works.
No.
There are consequences to what people say, but I have a right to fucking
And also, offending people is a necessary and healthy act. Offending people is advancing the human brain to another place. Every time you say something that's offensive to another person, you just developed their fucking brain and you caused a conversation. All those things are positive. And I don't mind people like going on their shit cable channel and saying, I hate this, putting your picture there and going, this guy shouldn't have said. That's great. That's all healthy.
But don't fucking,
trying to get people fired, take them off the air.
Sponsors,
or having any fucking government thing that controls what people say.
I just don't like when you get a group together and they protest and threaten a boycott of companies that sponsor this, because that to me is mob tactics. That's like trying to influence your income or the company's income to get you fired, which in essence is censoring you. Yep. You're indirectly censoring what I say.
Absolutely.
Once removed, I'm being censored.
And they're hiding on the technicality that, well, technically, a company, you're not being put in jail, so it doesn't affect your freedom of speech, because a company has a right to say what they want to pay you for.
Yeah.
But you are affecting somebody's, if they're paid to say what they want, you are affecting their ability to speak freely, because you're threatening their livelihood.
For me, I go back to before they started doing that, because when they do that, fine, that's even their freedom of speech. If they want to be a nuisance, if they want to make life hard for somebody, that's their freedom to do that. But they shouldn't have thought that their being offended was important to begin with.
You're right.
It shouldn't have that really offended me. Now I'm going to do something else. You don't get to go, it's just such a stupid impetus. It's just, it's just narcissistic.
Most offended by things are the ones that do have the problem with what they're saying they're offended by.
Yeah, always.
It's always the case. Because I really don't have huge problems with things that people say, their ideology or what they say. I can be very vocal about certain things, but, when I'm driving home, I could really give a shit.
No.
People just get out of my way if I'm in the left lane.
People who get fiery offended by anything they are a closet that thing.
Right. They have such an issue trying to keep from doing that or saying it.
Like the state senator in California
exactly.
who hates gay. He's just anti-gay, he's gay. It's the same.
Wants a dick so bad.
No, like when remember Calvin Klein had those ads for a while that looked like somebody trapped a teenage runaway
in a paneled basement.
Yeah, and said open your legs and took a picture and put it up there. These were very young, skinny kids wearing underwear and jean shorts and stuff, and some priest went after it like crazy, like, you can't have that up there. And there's no way he's not it doesn't have a huge boner in his pants.
He fucking couldn't look at it.
If he had no attraction to those kids, he would have just walked by. Oh, look at those children.
Wouldn't even think twice about it.
No, but he's like, I have jacked off to this 50 times. I raped a little girl after I saw that, so please take it down.
Take it down. I can't control myself. That's
a little girl. Look at you being PC.